Hello guys, welcome to the stream, and I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. And yeah, we're gonna continue on the quest to create the previous example, the app which we were coding before in the part one. And if you guys haven't looked at part one, there will be, I don't know, just go find the last live on my channel. You'll get it. And let's get started. Let's start coding. And yeah, I'll probably give an explanation this time of what I'm doing, why I'm doing everything. So let's get started. Hello, bro. Yuri Kidden. I think that's how you pronounce your name. What's up? How you guys doing? How's life? How are you guys? And yeah, let's get started. Uh, I just hope I don't get copyright strikes for this music, but who cares? Who gives a shit, right? That's also a thing. So let's go to projects and previous exam question papers. If you guys don't know the stack, I'll just give you an idea of the stack. I'll give you an idea of a lot of things. So just stay tuned. The first thing first, let's wear the headphones and stop the music. We'll start the music again whenever we are into that zone, but right now, explanation, so no music. Okay. So let me make this a little bit bigger so that you guys could see. Okay. So the stack is pretty simple. This is a mono repo, right? I'm using Yarn workspaces for that. So Yarn workspaces is the thing, not Yarn log file. I just want to open the package.json file. So this is my root package.json file, and I have all these different modules. I have backend, frontend, admin, and database. And we were building the admin section last time, if you remember, right? And if you guys want to know where is the repository, sure, I'll just show you. Okay, let's go to github.com. Let's search for the repository. Uh, yeah, this one. So this is the repository which we were coding. And let's continue. If you guys want the link to this, I can definitely send it over here, I guess. Yeah, I've sent it. Can I pin this? Pin the message. Yeah, I've pinned the repository link so you guys could go and check this out. And let's continue. Let's see what's the progress so far. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly start. We'll go to the admin, right? Admin, no admin. Wait, where am I? Am I already on admin? So let's start the development server over here. And on port 3000, you can see, we had the login screen made, although we didn't have the dark mode, which is quite sad, because the light mode will kill our eyes. So that we might do that next. What's the email ID? I don't remember the email ID. Admin@admin.com, I think. And that's the password. And what's the password? I don't remember the password. What was my password? So there's a login error. The login error is because we haven't turned on our backend. So let's do that next. Uh, we should probably, like, till now we should have some kind of script which starts all of them. But let's go for backend and let's say dev. And there you go. We have our backend server running at port 8080, and we'll try to log in again. Invalid password. What is the password? Root? Yeah, there you go. We have successfully logged in. So this is all what we have created previously, and we had this university section, and we have this request field with status 401. Amazing. We have errors before even logging in. The reason behind this error is, I know why this error is coming, but if I'll refresh the page, the error will be gone, right? So you can see, I know why it's the error coming, but this is the thing, right? So great stuff. So we have these things. We have two universities added, and right now, what the next plan is to basically enable the user to add more, like add courses inside this university, so that in the question papers, we can upload the question papers and we can assign the university and courses from this, right? So this will be the single admin page. So I think we should have something like, which which tells us that this is admin, right? So let's first do that. Let's go to navbar, right? After this brand icon, right, we should have the brand icon in some kind of div, right? So by the way, guys, new keyboard in the scene. Welcome my new keyboard. This is Keychron K2 Pro. So yeah, super excited for the new keyboard. So we'll just do this. Why item center? We don't need item center. That's stupid. We don't do that. And now what we can do is we can just keep a div and we can say admin and then, oh, item center. We need item center. Okay. So the next thing what we need to do is we need to do bg blue 500 and I don't know, text white, maybe not. I don't know. Do we have something? Hey, why don't we see anything? Why don't we see anything? Oh, this is the website. Okay, this is not what we need to do. We need to go to dashboard. Yeah, this is where our stuff is. By the way, what you guys are up to, what you guys are creating, you guys could share. Uh, yeah, is it flex? Yeah, it's flex. So we can do this. Probably this would work. Yeah, it's worked. It worked. So now we can do gap two, and then probably we can do rounded D, and then this will be item center. It's already item center. Great. I don't know why have we written rounded and D here, but yeah. And then we can just do some padding stuff. EX2, text SM, text XS. I think that's what we want. And then we can keep rounded full. Rounded full is good. Yeah. So that gives us an idea that this is the admin panel, which is superb. If you guys haven't liked the stream, like it, guys. Like it. I want to reach more people. I want to I want to show everyone what I'm creating right now. So yeah, it's important. Like the stream, right? Um, okay. So if you go to show details, we don't have any details because the routing is super bad. Why? I don't know why this something is coming. We'll fix that. Second thing, we have the create university and create was working great. Okay. So we have to work on the show details, right? So let's go to the details page and let's go to the routing. First of all, let's see why the routing is not working. So for that, we'll have to go to the, I don't know which screen is this, university screen. University.tsx. Yeah, this is the page. So we had this navigate function, which we were putting somewhere. Okay, so we had this constants file, which had this render function, which had this navigate right to something. The best thing is we can get this thing called university over here, right, as a parameter. And now we can do something very interesting. We can go over here, we can remove this and uh, university, no, university dot, I don't know which data do we need. What is this? What is the type of this? The type is any. What the hell? Why is this any type? Okay, whatever, I don't care. So I can just go and say this is of university, uni, oh, we haven't exported it. The hell? Use universities. Yeah, we want to go here and we have this. So this is the interface that we need. So we will go over here and we can say university. Okay, it's done. So we did that, and the next thing is we can now go and do university dot. See, all these started appearing. So we have country, establishment year, pin code, state, and all these things. What do we need? We need the ID, right? Yes. So now if you go to a university, for example, this one, you can see the university ID is appearing over here, and that's exactly what we need, right? So now what we have to do is whenever you come to this page, we have to fetch this ID and we have to fetch its detail from the backend. And let's quickly do that. So let's go to the details page. University details exactly. So now what we have to do is first of all we have to get the params, uh, which is use params, and then what was the thing? I think it was app admin. Yeah, I think so. And here what we need is we need this university ID key. So let's quickly go there and let's quickly we can just remove this and we can just place that over there. So this should be a string. I think this should be a string, yeah. So we can just write a use effect over here and uh, we could use the use university hook. So const use university. I don't know. No, so something from use university hook, right? So this should have the fetch university command, which I don't know why don't we? Yeah. So this has a fetch universities command, which I don't think so. We should use this like this. Yeah, I don't think so. We should use this like this. This is stupid. We need to change this a little bit. Uh, but how should we use it then? So it should be, it could be fetch universities. Yeah. So it should be like I should actually export this function rather than the use effect and calling all those things. So I don't know. Should we use query? Should we use query? Hey on, hey, I'm back. What's up? Let's use React query for this. If you guys don't know what React query is, it is an amazing piece of software written by made by Tanstack. It's a group of software development tools which are quite amazing. And this React query actually helps us to cache queries, and you don't refetch stuff, right? So it's optimized. So we go and read the documentation and let's see how we can do this. I love the new theme of the site. That's amazing. So how do you use this? You just say React query provider. First of all, you have to install this. So let's quickly install this. Let's go on a new thing. Let's go to admin, and then we can say yarn add React query. Aeon, what's up? How you guys doing? Right? Uh, yeah. So we have what do we have? We have uh we have the React query. The next thing what we have to do is we have to go to the apps. Wait, you just be how you are. I don't have any complaints with you. Wait, why are you like this? Okay, I don't care. I need that app.tsx, right? Here we need to wrap everything around React client provider. I think that's what it says. So let's go and say tx React client, React client pro. Why is it not auto completion is not working, guys? Why auto completion sucks? Uh, okay. So we have React query, and then what do we need from this? We need a query client provider. So we'll just say query client provider, and then we can go over here, query client provider, and then we can just paste everything. Paste everything. No, that doesn't work. Oh my god, I lost my copy. I lost my copy. No ways. No ways. No ways. Okay. Now this will work. What was that? That was query client provider, and then I can paste this over here. So this requires a client, so we can create a client over here. So we can say React, I don't know, React query client, and then we can say query client. Uh, and is it new? Yeah, we use new. Okay, great stuff. So now what we can do is we can pass this over here. So oh no, don't do that, please. Use no. Uh, why is it happening with me? Query client, query client, and then we can just. So now we can pass this parameter, which is called client, which is React query client. So now everything should be good, and we should be able to use stuff. So let's quickly go to our hook. What is the hook? The hook is use universities. And now what we can do is we can just wrap this around use query and then fetch it. So what we can do is we can go to universities and we can instead of use state, let's call it uh, let's call it use query, right? And then I can call it universities exactly, and then async function. And then here we can just kind of like we can just take this. Sorry, uh, is my caps lock on? I don't know. How do I know my caps lock on is on? Okay. So what we can do is we can just take this and then we can just without even resolving, we can return whatever is from here. Actually, we need to use fetch, I think. Yeah, we need to use fetch. And then we can say as the then response await, I don't know, response.json. Uh, yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want. And that will give us the universities. But now then, if that is the case, we wouldn't need this use effect. And then we can just get rid of this as well. And then we can do this. What all things will have? You will have is loading, will have error, will have data. So we'll have all these things, and we'll rename this to university loading, and then we can change this to university error. And then if that is there, we don't need this one, right? And then we have universities. So we have all of this. We don't need to call any of these things. Use that is enough. We have the universities and we don't need this function. So we have to pass university loading and this. So we can just rename this to this. And then what we can do is go over here in this place list. Great stuff. So we are using React query and yeah, this is good. So now we can get rid of all these imports. So we don't need these imports, also this import. So great stuff. Okay, so the next thing is we need to define the type of this data. What is the type of this data? So what we can do is we can go over here and we can say, let's say, city. So I think this data now will be a university array. So that's what it does. Amazing stuff. So we have used React query to basically fetch a list of universities and return it. Let's see, does it work or not? So what we have to do is we have to go to the university page and we have to, so this will give us this error, fetch university and all. So what fetch universities error? So what we can do is university error and universities. Universities will work pretty much the same. University error, we'll have to university error, uh, not table, university error. If that is true, then you can say university error dot, I don't know, message or something. It's just angry. What is the type of that? I mean, what was the type of the error? Uh, let's go to use university hook. Okay, and let's see what is the type of the error. So error is of type unknown. Okay, that's good. That's not good. I don't know. That's good or not. Why is the type unknown? So they are given it like this, and the type is unknown. So can we say as error uh, dot message or like something like this? I don't know. JSON must unify. Uh, university question mark dot, no, not question mark, dot message university error, university error dot message, right? Or error while fetching. Yeah. So why are you angry at this? Why are you angry with this? The type is unknown. No, 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 no. What we can do is we can just be a little bit smart and we can go over here and we can just say uh, we can export this, right? So we can say this as error. Is that a valid? No, not this one. Uh, I don't know how to handle this, but what we'll do is we'll have to say error as well. Because we can find a more elegant way to handle the situation. But for now, let's do no, 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 not that. I mean, hold on. This I'm doing something wrong. So this, and then we can just do this as an error. Come on, whatever. Like, come on, React query. You could have given a type to your error. Yeah, this is not good. Right. So okay. So now we have an error, and Let's see, does it work nicely or we have issues? So we'll go to universities. We don't have any universities right now. I don't know why. We should have though. Universities. I don't know why it's not working. So there should be something called loading. What we can do is we can just say loading, university loading. And here if the universities have not not like they're not ready, I can say if if university is loading, we can say loading, whatever. Margin top, style, margin top, pixel. Yeah. So it's loading. It's saying it's loading and it's not getting fulfilled. That means our backend has died or something, or the thing has not resolved. Uh, The thing is, wait, why is this okay? So the problem might be like this haven't been like this has not been resolved. So I can say await. Will that work? How this can be forever in waiting? Okay, so there's this not valid JSON kind of error. Uh, I can do Axios. So I think I can do Axios. Oh, get it. Why the error is happening is if you remember, we had this thing called API, right? And that API was helping us to fetch by putting all the headers and all. So like authentication headers and all. So we can get and then we can get it from there. Wait, what was here before? This. So instead of this, what we can do is we can just take the API which we had, and then we can say get, and then we can do this, and then yeah, this is better. So this should be fine. This should now work. What? Why is it blank? Raw.sum is not a function. What do you mean raw.sum is not a function? So can I do like await on this? Will this work? Why is it not working? I don't know. So it's fetch then rest.json. Uh, if I go to API, it has all these things. Okay, so this is not working. It's saying it's this is error. Raw dot she happens. Yeah, should happen. Correct. Raw data dot sum is not a function. Where am I? I am not calling sum. Karthik Arjun, what's up, Karthik Arjun? How are you? So, how is life? And okay, so we have universities and we have all universities and we have university. What is wrong with this? This looks fine. This looks fine. So let's go and see the. So the thing is, we have to directly return the function. Oh, we have to return the function. Okay, makes sense. That's the problem. We are not returning the function, but rather than we are returning this. But that's also valid. That shouldn't be an issue, I guess. Uh, I- yeah. Is that fine? Or like, oh wait, I think no, I got the problem. It's in the loading of this. So what we can do is we can just comment this out, and for now, just to see that how what is the problem, we can say JSON dot stringify university. Okay, so it says result true universities and all. So that's what it says. So technically, we have the data now. We have the data successfully, and what we need to do is we need to extract the universities out of that. So now the solution is pretty simple. We have to just go over here. We just have to uncomment this. And instead of passing universities, we have to pass universities dot university. So the solution is what we can do is we can do this dot data dot universities, I think. And then everything should be fine. Yeah, success, success. We have implemented the same thing using React Query, which is a great thing. Now what we need to do is we have to create a I don't know, it's called mutation or delayed query, something like that. How do you do that? Next question. You talked me into you talked me into this. So what now? Consider this course, which I don't want to take. Uh, 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 React key concept queries. Okay, so this is how you create query. Makes sense. Is how you create query. Okay, I get it, bro. Like, what's next? Query key. I know what is query key. Query function. I don't know what is query function. Uh, okay, parallel queries, whatever. Okay, then dependent queries, background queries. Uh, Delayed query, delayed query in React query. Let's see. What is delayed query? Okay, there is a thing called delayed query in React query. Insane. So, so use delayed query, create delayed function. Okay. So delayed function is going to create delayed query function and then whatever. Oh, this will no, this is not what I want. You're not getting what I'm trying to say, bro. Uh, 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 how do you do this? Suspense. Use query and then you just pass the dependencies, right? And then you pass the function and then you pass this. That's okay. But how do you new query client and then you do this? Then paginated queries, which we again don't care about. Initial query data placeholder prefetching mutation. What is mutation? Uh, so we don't want mutation, but we just want a query, but after some time. How do you do that? Query after declaration in React query. Yeah, that's what we, how do you do that? So it's saying fetch fetch data on click React query. Yeah, this will give us the answer. This will give us the answer. Uh, so it's refetch. Acha, manual. That's what you do. Manual. That makes sense. Hmm. You do this. That's all. Got it. So now the next thing is what we would like to do is we would like to fetch the. We can just directly do it over here. But that's what I was thinking. Uh, yeah, we can go to the university details and we can fetch the university details. So we can say whatever like details is no data is university. I think so. It should import whatever. Data no not import. So data is use query and then it could be university, right? And then you need a dependency, so it should be university, and then this could be like this. And then what we can do is we can use the same API, and then we can say this is a GET request, and we need city slash. What was the routes? Let's see. So we have all these different routes. We have all universities, and then we should have create, and then there should be a route for single university. So university router dot get, and then slash university ID. Right? So there is a university ID, And what we would like to do is, first of all, is admin valid is important, and then we can do async, a request. We would need request in this response, and next also, right? And here, what we would like to do is, we would like to do try catch, and then we can say if error type. No, 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 not that. If there is any error, just go to next error. And then the next thing what we would like to do is we would like to get the university ID as in params and find unique and basically result. Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. So here it's just angry with me. I think we'll have to do ts ignore, but we'll see. Add ts ignore. What we can do something about it. So let's go and we can add a type to this. We can add type in. That should fix that issue. So it shouldn't be angry at us now, please. So we can remove this ts ignore. Right. So now the next thing what we'll do is we'll just try to use this route. Let's see how to use this. So we have the where's the use university? Use universities over here, and we were doing this. So we can just copy this one and pass the stuff over here. So we can just take this, and then we can pass the university ID over here. So we need a params. So for the params, what we can do is we can just get the params by doing this, and then use params and get the university ID over here. So how do we get the param? So that we can get it by using this ID. We can just paste this over here, and then we can simply pass this over here. Why is that cursor moving? Yeah, we can just do this, and that should be fine. So it's saying the, then yes dot data. There you go. So it's saying we have the data now. What's the problem? Okay, so for now, just for testing, what we can do is we can just give this in .stringify, and we can take the data over here. We can just remove this, and then we have the data now. So we should also have a loading state. Data, loading, and then what we can do is we can just go over here and if there is an error, then complete it. There should be an error boundary for this, but we can think about that later. Let's see, do we have the data or do we have an error? So if I click show detail, we have the data. So that means that's amazing. That's exactly what we wanted. So now what we can do is we can even show some loading things. So we can just create a div, and we can say probably the data dot name, university name, and then we can just leave this as it is. We don't have name. What the hell? Then what do we have? We have result true university. Okay, the problem I got it. It's the same problem. So it should be dot university. Right. So now we should have the name. So what we can do is we can just say city dot name. Sorry, data dot name. Right. So we can just get rid of this one. There you go. So class text Excel. We have Excel, and can we increase this? I don't know. Can we do 2x? Yeah, that's looking good. And then we can have the subheading. That could be a p tag. Come on. Then we can say data dot. I don't know. It could be state, and then uh, is that really a required category? I don't know. Maybe. So yeah, that's how it is. Next thing, what we can do is let's see what data do we have. We could show general details, so we can just keep this bold, text dot semi one dot semi bold, right? Something like that. This would be good. And then I can just do like an HR. Uh, I can use a card component by ID. Right, I can just right, and then I can just say description, DSCRIPTION descriptions, and then descriptions dot item label state, and I can pass state, and then this should be looking like that. Now we could have other things. We have the descriptions. Now we could show other things like country, like probably, let's see. We have the state. Now what else do we have? We have the pin code, or no, name we have already shown, so we can say pin code. So we can say pin code, whatever. Yeah, and then we can show other things like uh, what else do we have? We have establishment year, so we can show that. Establishment spelling is incorrect. Oh no, fix the spelling. Foundation year, that's also the same thing. Now we can go a little bit ahead and we can copy this, paste this, take this out, and then we can just, I don't know, do we have anything left? No. One more thing for designing purpose, what we can do is we can go to description, we can say border, and this would be looking like this, which looks super cool. And now what we can do is we can just say class empty2, empty3, that will give some amount of border on the top. So, and over here, what we can do is we can just have a div and we can have a class called flex, and we can have item center gap 2. That's all of those things are correct. And now what we can do is we do have a university icon by Lucid. We can place that. Oh, the problem is uh, it's conflicting. So what we can do is as university icon, and now we should be pretty much fine. Yep, we have a university icon and we are seeing the details of university. The next thing what we have to do is we have to give it options to add courses, right? So different courses and how many semesters do they have and all the information about them. So before doing that, what we need is we need the schema for that. So here we are not using is loading, so let's quickly use that. So if it is loading, so we say is loading. uh, okay. So what we can do is we can not like this one. I mean, we can have this icon. Okay, there we go. So we have that. The next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna be let's create a generic loading thing, like loading component. So we'll call it loading.tsx, and let's call it AST loading, something like that. Yeah. And we will, let's see some loading screens. Let's see some interesting loading screens. We'll try to keep it very simple. That's stupid. Let's take something. Let's go to Lucid and let's try to find something. Lucid dev, and let's go and try to icons, and then let's go to something like that. This is cool, loading circle. Now we can just place this over here. Uh, so what is that called? Loader circle. Right, there we go. The next thing what we'll do is we'll just create this. We'll just keep a padding of 3 and then probably flex justify center. And then what we can do is we can go over here and we can give a class and we can say rotate. Rotate 180 degree. Yeah, probably. Let's see. So now what we can do is we can just go over to this page, university details, and instead of loading this, we can say loading, right? And you can see how does it look, but it wouldn't show up because of obvious reasons. But it's not spinning, right? So we'll have to do something about that. It's not rotate, it's animate. spin, and there you go. So that's spinning. That shows that it is loading, which is how I used to do it. And then we can set the size to something like 28. Yeah, that's better. That's better. See, that is a loading icon. We can even give an option to pass some text with this. So we can say type props. Uh, so we can pass like not size, but some text, which is a string. Uh, and it's completely optional. So if you would like to pass it, pass it. Otherwise, leave it. And then we can just pass this props over here. And then what we can do is we can just we can take this text from here. We can just pass this over here. Okay, great stuff. So now what we can do is we can just make this a little bit bigger text. I don't know. That's fine. We don't need to make it bigger. Okay, there you go. So now what we can do is we can just pass some text inside this. So I can, for example, it's loading. I can say text, and I can pass, and that's how it would look, which is not looking good. So we need to fix that as well. So first of all, this shouldn't be flex. I mean, it should be flex, but it should be flex row. No, flex column. It should be flex call. Yep. And it should be item center as well. There you go. That's looking better. So that's how the text will work. Loading, please wait. There you go. Okay. So now we would change the criteria back to how what it was and great. So if I go back to a university and then I go back, you can see it's not even taking any time because the data for this university is already there. So we don't need to like take care of like refetching, taking like, anything like that. So that's the magic of use query, an amazing tool, an amazing thing created by Tanstack. So amazing. So the next thing what we would like to do is so when should this be like refetched? So this first thing, so it's university, that's the key, and then university ID. So if like there's two things to this, right? So if I just go to this university, this would take time, and then go to this university, this is also okay, but it wouldn't refetch. It would, yeah, you are getting the point, right? That's all matters. Let's drink some water right now. Okay, let's continue. So we have university ID, REST, and all these things. Super awesome. Now let's take care of other stuff like courses and all. So for that, we have to go to our database stuff. Which base database? I don't remember. Let's database Prisma, not migrations over here. So let's create a new model and let's call it courses. Courses. So we can have an ID, of course. We can have name. We can have duration. We can have fee. No, not fee. Wait, what do you mean? Duration. It shouldn't be string. Uh, I don't care. Okay. Semesters. How many semesters do you have? That's important. Duration is not important for me right now. And name of the course, duration, and maybe a little bit description would definitely help. Right. What else can we have? Created at updated. Yeah, those things kind of like is enough. So we have all these. Now, next thing what we have to do is we have to generate a migration. So let's quickly do that. Let's go to a database and let's generate a migration. So npx. Hey, Robert Smith, you're back. What's up, man? You are my only supporter, like who never fails. Insane. Why do you do this? I'm just asking you. Uh, Amazing. Thanks a lot, man, for the cool super chat. Thanks a lot. So we'll do npx and then we're gonna generate the migration. How are we gonna do this? We'll just say npx migrate dev, right? And then that will help us to create a new migration, I guess. No, not npx prisma migrate dev. That will help us create a new migration. What should we name our migration? We should name our migration course created course table. Yeah, that's cool. That's the migration, and let's quickly push this to the database. So npx cap, sorry, not cap, npx prisma, db push db, I don't know. Yeah. So our changes are in the database. That means there is a table named courses in the database, which is super. Now what we have to do is we have to create all the CRUD routes for this courses. So let's quickly do that. That shouldn't be too hard. Like that should be very, very easy. So we have the universities route over here. What we can do is we can have courses route over here. So we can have courses route in the university only. I think that's pretty much fine. Or not. I don't know. Let's create a new thing. So we'll call it courses.ts, and then we can have our router. So we can say course router is equal to new is equal to router. Right, there you go. And then we can export default the course router. Amazing stuff. Now what we'll do is we'll just quickly create a function to create a course, which is post, and then we'll have like a create thing, right? And then we can have like request, response, and next, all of these things. And we can just have a try catch over here, because error handling the most important thing in any coding, right? So as you know, so we have a try, we have a request response and a next, right? And what we would like to have from the request, so we would like to do form validation. The first thing what we have to do is we have to create a validation. So we'll say create course validation. Exactly. No, see, AI is smart enough. It knows what I want to do. So what all things do we need? So if you go to the Prisma, I'll keep the Prisma in this side. You know all these things we require, right? So quickly write a validation. Let's quickly write a validation for them. So not ID, we'll write like a name. So it should be a string, minimum 2, maximum 3. Duration is cool. Not duration. Wait, I want semesters. Uh, and I think 8 is the maximum, so it should be number. Minimum 1, maximum not 10, but 8. Right. We'll see. We can update this later on. It's like we go, we get to know that, like, there are universities who offer courses which are more than 8 semesters. That's kind of fine. Duration, we don't have duration. We have a description though. Description, and this would be 300. No, let's keep it no. Like you can go to like 600. Right? So this should be the structure of the incoming request. The next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna be taking this out from the body. So this should be like this. Yeah. So let me show you what this does. But there's an issue. So we cannot handle this error like this, because this then, like, if we do it this way, this will work. But the problem is, when if the validation fails, this will give a 500 error, which is shouldn't happen, right? So it's like a user, if the user's mistake, if it is due to the validation failure, we should give a custom error. So what we can do is we can just say, if it is an instance of Zod error, yeah, then what we can do is we can just handle this in a custom way. So else case could be this. Otherwise, we can say rest.status 400.send validation error. Thank you. So there you go. So that's the custom error we'll be sending if this will be the instance will be of Zod error. I hope so this makes sense for you guys. The next thing is we have now the name, semesters, and the descriptions. So now we can actually create this in database. So we can say new course is equal to something like we have the Prisma Lite, so we can import that from the database. So from the database, and then what we can do is we can just we have the Prisma client. So I don't know, we can call it Prisma. Right? And then what we can do is we can directly go over here and we can say Prisma uh, dot courses dot create, and then we can pass the data like this, and then updated at, yeah, created at is, I think, yeah. So okay, so we have passed all these information, which is awesome. Now this should be an async function, because this will be an await thing. Right, and then what we can do is we can log this always. And I would like to tell you one thing, right? Never return any data which is not required by the front end. So you created this course, right? No, do not return this course. Like that shouldn't be done, because the 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 client never asked for a new course. Like they did not wanted a new course. So this should be like this should this shouldn't be returned, right? So what would you return? You can simply return dot send uh, result true, and there's no data. There will be no data. So that's it. You can say result true, and then you can return a message. You post it, something like that. Right now it's throwing some error. The problem is there is some path of this code returning something and others do not. So we can just remove this and then we can say rest dot end, or we can just say rest dot end at the end. So whatever happens, we just end the response. Okay, so we are done with this, and we should be able to create new courses now, which is superb. But now let's have the get part of this. So this will help you create courses, but now you should be able to get courses as well. So we can just uh, yeah, see that's the best thing, you know. So all courses will return you all the courses, but wait, hold on. You cannot return all the courses. You can return courses from a university, right? So courses.all slash university ID. So you'll have to supply a university ID. That's the thing. You'll have to give a university ID to create. Also, one more thing. Here also we have done a mistake. So you can create a course under a university ID. It cannot be arbitrary, right? So it should be university. And then what we can do is we can take this out from here. We can do request.params, and then we can try to uh, we can try to get the university ID. And if there is no university ID, then you can just throw an error, university ID required. And the next thing what we have to do is we have to fetch the university now. So or like we can be a little bit smart about this. We can say this belongs. Wait, we haven't created the connection in the Prisma file. Let's quickly do that. So in the courses, every courses belongs to a university, right? So every this should have a university ID, right? That should be a string. Uh, University should be this. There you go. So that basically creates a relation between this courses and this university model, right? So we have a relation, one-to-one relation, and now we have to generate the migrations again. You know the drill, right? So npx uh, migrate dev, and then created relation between core courses and university. Right? So we created a migration. Now we have to push the migration. I think it's pushed. Your database is now in sync with your schema. So okay, so it automatically pushed the database if once you create it. So great stuff. So now that means we should be now good to go. So now over here, what we can do is we can just go and say university ID, and we can supply it. There you go. So that should be it's saying number is not okay. So this is a string, and I don't know why it is doing pass sometimes. It's crazy. Yeah, there you go. So that should be pretty much it. That we should be able to create this now. Uh, we can take this university ID and say we can go to all, and we can just import from this university ID that will, and then over here, what we can do is we can just say where, and then it should be university, and that university should have an ID. This, but hold on. So that we have to first extract it. So over here, not over here, and over here, what we can do is we can just extract the university ID, and if there is no university ID, then it should throw some error or like do like this. Okay. So no return row to rest.end. Uh, yeah, maybe return. Yeah. So over here you can see this underscore is not required. Okay. So we have the ID over here. Now we can pass that ID. Great stuff. Now we have the university ID, and we have created the we have all the courses. Now we can return these courses and things look good. Okay. So we have to get so we have get all, and I don't think so we'll require a single course fetch, but that's okay. So we have this create, and then we have this get all. That's kind of okay. Let's go to the front end and let's quickly start building the stuff. So we have the courses get and all those things. Mm, where should we go now? We should go to the university's details page. Oh, no, 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 no. Sorry, sorry. So we have this router, but we haven't like imported this over here. So we'll have to say main router dot u slash courses uh, or slash course uh, and then this should be course router. There you go. There you go. So we have this new router defined, and that should be able to give us the courses access over here. Let's quickly do that. Let's go to university details page. Quickly write uh, yeah, quickly write a query that could not return over here. So we can say use query, and that should be courses, and then we should be able to return uh, API dot get slash courses slash course slash uh, I think this was having like a all slash university ID. So slash all plus university ID dot then data dot data. Yeah, uh yeah, that's true. That's how it should be. So now what we can do is we can just we can say data as courses, and then so the data should be courses, and then is loading should be courses loading, and then maybe error should be courses error, right? We can leave the error for now. Let's see. Okay. So now what we have to do is we have to show the all the. So what we can do is we can just place this over here. Maybe h2 will be a more appropriate element for us, and we can say courses right now, and then there you go. That looks very not appealing. So 3XL, that's too big. So maybe XL is good. Yeah, XL is good. So we can just place some top like padding, and now what we can do is we can just yeah, that's good. So I don't know, is it throwing some error or something like that? Maybe university like that, error connection. I don't know. Is it is it angry with me, or like what's the case? I don't know. It's we'll see. So now the next thing what we need to do is we need to have like a button over here which will help us create courses. So over here what we can, no, not this one. Over here what we can do is we can wrap this around a div. We can paste this, and then we can have a button over here, and we can say create course. And now what over here what we can do is we can just define a function called create course. No, this is a mutation, right? So we can just say const something like this, use mutation. That should be create course, and this should be async. I don't know how do you create mutations, so let's read the documentation a little bit. So you do this, and you have slash, it's almost like that. But how do you pass how do you pass information to this? That's the question. So you have the mutation over here, and then you say mutation dot mutate, and then you pass some data, and then you have the form data. Okay, got it. So it's like this. So you get whatever you. So makes sense. So over here, what we can say is we have the create data, and then that data. So uh, there should be a hook for the courses as well. So let's do that. Let's have use courses.ts. I will use courses.ts, and then what we can do is we can just go over here. We can just do this. Uh, in the use university only. So we had this use university, use single university, and we can take a university ID, which is school. Then yeah, we can pass the university detail, all of these things from here to probably over here, and then we can just return everything. We need to import a lot of things over here. Sure. So we can just say use params. We don't need the params that we can keep it over there. So yeah, that's cool. Use single university. I'll just I'll just keep this over here, and then we need to export this. So no export defaults. So export defaults is something which we don't want. We only want exports, so we'll just say export const, whatever this is, and then over here we'll just say export universities. Yeah, good. So we have all these things. Now what we can do is we can go over here. We can just say Control Z. We can just remove this, and then oh, we can keep this probably, but remove all of this, and then remove all of this, and we can say use universities. There you go. No, we can say yeah. So this would make uh, so university details is there, and then we want to go to the universities here. This would basically fail. The reasons are quite obvious because this wouldn't fail. Just the thing is, this is not like a default export like this. So now over here we can say use university, do use single university, and then we can pass the university ID to this, and that's good. And now what we can do is we can keep all the mutations and all those stuff in that file. And then we can say optimize import, format document, whatever. Yeah. So done. Next thing what we can do is we can just say this is string, right? So we can say as or so that will throw an error, and we'll have the error screen if the university ID is not present or there's some bug with it. So which is good. Okay. So we have use single university, which kind of gives us the ability to go over here and see like what is use single university, what is use universities, and what is all of these things. We can have a similar thing called use courses, exactly, and then we should have exactly, that's good. We can export this up, and we have this. Then we can just simply we can probably like return this courses loading. That's kind of okay, and then we can import the API. We would need the university ID, so we can just university ID, that should be a string. Use query, we'd have to import use query, which we will. And I don't know why is this happening. So cannot find university ID. So there we go. You have the university ID now, so that should be good. We have created a hook that fetches the courses. So now we will go to the university details, and we will try to fetch the courses. So use courses. There you go. That should be fine. And we can see the dependencies. So it's courses and university ID both. So I'll say this is sorry. So here both great stuff. So we have courses and the university ID both has a dependency for this use query call, and then we have this, which is amazing. That's exactly what we want. And then we can do is we can just go over here and we can say export const use, I don't know, use create course, and then we can have const create const mutate is equal to mutation, right? And then we can We can pass the dependency. We need the dependency. I don't know. How do you use mutation? That's how you use it. Okay, that's cool. So we can just pass all the data, which should be of certain type, which we will tell you, of course. So we can just interface codes, and we can have like a name to codes, which is a string. Let's see what do we have. Let's go to this index or schema. We can just place this in one side, and we can have the name. We can have the semesters. Uh, we can have the description, right? And then we can have the city, UD, or city ID, right? And then we can have the created at, and we can have the updated at. Yeah, great stuff. So we have the course, and now what we can do is we can just go over here and we can say this is a type course. There you go. So like this will not be like completely course, but this will be like create course. So that will be something else. So wait, let me create course data, and then we can have a subset of this. So we can have name, semesters, and description. Exactly, that's what we want. And then over here, what we can do is we can just say create course data. There you go. So that is what you have now, and stop. So see, so that's not required. So we have the data now, and we can just do a fetch request now. So we'll just say return API, okay, dot post, where we'll be posting this, and then we can do course slash I don't know how do you create this. Let's go to the courses backend, and then you have all, and then you have create, and then a university ID. So let's kind of do that. uh, let's go to this, and then we can say course, and then we can say create, and then we should have a university ID, so we can just pass this. We can university ID, and that should be a string. We should be able to pass the university ID, and then yeah, we should be able to pass the data directly. Maybe, I think so. And then we should be able to return the mutate function. Yeah. So so this is a function basically, which is I think cached. So we can just return this, or what we can do is we can just to make it look a little bit better, we can just do this, and that looks a little bit better, right? So we have use create course, and then we can go to the courses. uh, where is the courses, and then wait, this is not the one which I want. So yeah, over here. So we can have create course is equal to use create course, and then there you go. You need to pass the university ID. Great stuff. So we have the create course, and now we can trigger this create course with the data, whatever we wish over here. But for that, we'll need a modal. That's the next thing we'll be creating is create course modal. Let's see how do you do that. So it's pretty simple. Let's go over here and let's say modal, and then we can just do this, and then we can keep a title to this. So title is create course, right? And then we have to create a state to handle this, that create course modal is visible or not. Create course modal visible set whatever, like yeah, we need all of those things. We can say use state, and then we can initially keep it false, because initially the modal will not be visible. So that will be like that, and then we can go over here modal, and we can say visible is create uh, course modal visible, and then I think it's not visible, it's show. They've changed this, like what visible, it's visible, right? Well, how do you handle this? Okay, whatever. So we can say on hide on, or on close, I think. Yeah, on close, we can pass this function called set visible cells. There you go. So that kind of takes care of so it's saying deprecated, use open instead. Okay, so we can use something called open, and that should be taken care of. Great stuff. Now we can create a form over here. What does the form do over here in this case? Form simply we'll create a form to it has created a form for me. So this is basically a form to create the courses, and Rather than this, like we can just have a button, proper handy button. So right, so what we can do over here is we can just go over here and say type or HTML type submit, and there you go. That's good. So let's see what do we got. So we have a create course. If we press this, nothing happens because that's what supposed to happen. Like we should. So first of all, why is this button a normal button? So and let's go over here and paste this, and then what we can do is we can just say on click. So whenever this is clicked, we can say set courses visible to view, so that that's visible. See, that's how it looks. Super awesome. But it doesn't look pretty because this my stupid autocomplete has not used the proper component which we need. So input should be over here. We can just say text area. All right, so we can just, there you go. So that's looking way better, right? But the problem is these are not aligned. These are not aligned. How will you align them? So what you can do is we can go by here and we can say the it's vertical on finish values. But yeah, that's the layout is vertical. Yeah, there you go. So that's how it looks. So it is like this, and then you can press create course. By the way, that is not required, so we can just completely get rid of this. And if you want this okay to submit this, there's a like a little bit like you have to do it a little bit differently. So what you have to do is you have to create a form over here. So you have to do like form. If you will check the Andy documentation, you will get it. So there's a form. And now what we can do is we can go over here and we can assign the form to this. And yeah, there you go. So now what you can do is you can control this form from anywhere on the screen. So over here, what you can do is we can say like on OK, what do you like to do? I would like to submit the form. So I can say form dot submit, and that should submit the form. So now the problem is this submit comes with errors, right? So there could be errors, there could be something else, there could be loading and all. So we can actually get all of them. So we can go over here in the, I don't remember where, but use create courses. Yeah, this one. And we can actually have the loading is loading and is error, and then is error, and then do we need anything else? I don't think so. So we can actually return all of those things. So we can return all of those things, and then the problem is now this is not a function. So uh, mutate, I think mutate, that's what we named this. uh, I don't remember everything, so let's go inside this, and the first thing is create courses is mutate, which is not how it should work. It should be mutate, which is named as create courses. No, it should be like this. Yeah, that's correct. So so we can say create courses, we can say is loading, we can say is error, we can say error. So all of those things we'll need. First of all, this is conflicting the names. The names are conflicting, so we can say this is whatever, like create course error. Similarly, we can say create uh, course is error, right? Do we need anything else? Oh, so this is error, and then we can have create course error, something like that. Yeah, we have all of these things. Now what we can do is we can use this. So we have the create course function, and then we have create course error. So we should actually show the error in the modal itself. So over here we could have an alert, right? And then alert could have a message. Message could be create course error dot message. And the problem is this could be there, so it could not be there, and we can just do this, which is super cool. So now we have the message. Uh, the problem is this, the create course error is of type unknown, which is stupid, right? It shouldn't be like that. But that's the thing right now. So what we can do is we can just be a little bit smarter, and we can do it like this, and just do that. So this is an issue. We can just say this. I don't know. What are you angry about? Conversion to, Wait, what have I named this? Create course error is loading. Oh, this is stupid. Create course is loading, is loading, is loading. That's how it should be. And then what we can do is we can just pass this to the modal itself. I think it would be having something called OK button props. And then over here, this would be having a property called loading, and we can just say create course is loading, which will show loader on the create on the OK button, right? And then OK button should be like OK text should be create, like that's how it should be. So once we are able to do that, the next thing is I don't know, we have a lot of other things. We have is loading we have taken care of, is error we have taken care of. The next thing is yeah, pretty much everything. So is error is error. So instead of yeah, okay, great. So we can just go over here and we can say test, and we can say 3 semesters and then some description, and then we can say create. We have the exeos error, which is very much expected. We have a 400 error, that means our schema failed. We'll have to fix our schema, which is okay. So everything is working as expected, which is great. Uh, we have to just fix the styling of this alert. Like I did not like this styling, whatever. So what we can do is we can just pass in like this. I made 2 or 3, something like that, and then there you go. This looks good now. Also, this shouldn't be blue. The type should be I guess error. I guess I don't know. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Red is when the people are scared and they fix their mistakes. So that's good. Let's drink some water and then we'll continue. By the way, guys, this is how real programming looks like. And you guys like see, it's interesting if you are interested, right? Okay. So we have we have request status failed with 400. That's some stupid error. We shouldn't show that, but we are showing that. Always don't show that kind of error. Whenever you have error, show it like there was some error while submitting your form. Please resubmit, recheck, and all those things. We have to do some validation over here. So what we'll do is we'll just first of all we'll start putting required everywhere. Required, and over here also we can put required over here, right? Very good. See, random person knows the trick. Okay, so we have the required, we have label, whatever, all those things, and if we hit complete, that gives an error exactly how it should work. So let's see what is the data, what data comes out of this on finish function, so that we can check where it is not matching from our schema, right? So we can log these values. Then we can probably do this. Let's see what data do we get. So the data which we get is empty. So that means we have no names over here. So then how will we get the data, right? So that's the problem. We don't have the name. Let's quickly set the names for this. So this should be name, and this should be according to names, and then this should be semesters. So this should be semesters, and then the next one should be uh, What should the next one be? What should be the description? So do we have descriptions? Yeah, we have descriptions. Uh, There you go. So we have the descriptions. So that should be fine now. So if I just say test, like something like 3 and then test and then create again failed, what happened? Uh, okay, we have all the data right now. So we have all the description, name, and semesters. Let's see in the back end how we are handling this data, right? So we'll go to courses in the back end and we'll see. So we have create. What is the status, by the way? 400 status. That means there's a validation error. Let's see what is the network call. So we go over here. I know you can't see this, but I'll just make you see this. Hold on. See this. Okay. So yeah, see this. So what is happening is we have an invalid type expected number and we are receiving string. So the problem is this semesters, it is expecting a number, but it is receiving a string. So the solution is we'll have to what we'll have to change this. That's how it is. So let's quickly go to why use courses throwing error. Oh, this course is not being used. It will be used, bro. So use courses will be an array of codes. Don't worry. Yeah, sorry. So let's continue the university. Where's the yeah? So the problem is over here. So this, even though you type number, the type which is coming out of this is a string. which we have to fix. So what we have to do is we can go over here and we can spread all the values. And then what we can do is we can just say this. What was failing? It was semesters, right? So we can just go to semesters and then we can paste this and we can say parse end and then there is yeah, that should fix our issue. So let's clear it all. Let's create and there you go. Success, right? Success. We were able to create this course, right? Whatever course we wished. The problem is if this is successful, the pop-up should close, right? So do we have an on success, something like that? So use courses. We have create courses, and do we have on success or something like that? Like on success? No, 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 no. Okay, so the mutate function itself is enough, I guess. Yeah, that should be the thing. So if this create courses, everything goes right? So we can say dot then. Is dot then an option? No. Can we await this? Is awaiting an option? And if we have this as an async, right? Yeah, that's an option. So if this doesn't throw an error, right? So if this try catch goes well, we can log this out. If this goes well, then what we can do is we can just set visible points. Yeah, that will kind of do it. So semester 3 some other course and let's quickly say create and then close. That means we have successfully created a course. The next thing is we have to show it over here, right? That should be very easy to do. So to show your courses, what you have to do is you above this, right? So you have the create course and we have the loading and all. So over here okay, one more thing what we have to do is once this is done, you'll have to refetch the courses, right? So let's quickly do that as well. So that should be so you have set courses, we have this, and then use courses. This should have a function called refetch, right? Because see, once you create a new course, right, you'll have to refetch all the courses to basically show it. Like I hope so that makes sense, right? So what we have to do is we have to just refetch, and then we can just rename this to refetch courses so that again no name we'll have to, sorry, we'll have to again we did that stupid thing. Okay, this is kind of good, that should be fine. Okay, so now what you can do is you can go to the courses detail and then we can go to courses loading and something like that, and we can just say that refetch courses, right? So and then we can go here where we can go we can go over here and then we can say refresh courses and then we can pass the university ID address. That should be fine. Wait, no, that's not required. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we have the refresh courses and that should be fine. Then we have all the courses over here. So then there should be something called none. There should be something called courses. And let's quickly load those courses over here. So just to verify that it's working, let's load the courses as a JSON and show it. So over here, what we'll do is we'll just say JSON.stringify courses. You can see we have the courses data. That means we are all set. That means this is what we need to show, right? That's the only work which is there. So over here in the courses, what we'll do is we'll just first let's observe what is this. This is an array of whatever all these courses. So let's quickly have a table over here, right? Like that, and we can have columns, right? And then so I think this we were doing in the constants file in the backend, so not this one. Here and then over here, what we can have is we can have I don't know, university table column. Let's create it over there, and then we can paste it over here. That would be quite easier. So we can have first thing is how do we create this? Ti Title, data index, and key. So we can say title is first thing we'll need the name, right? So we can just say data index name and key name. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. And the next thing is we can give a comma, we can give a curly bracket, and then title, semesters, and all those things. We need semesters, we need description, we need all those things. So we have a table now over here. You can see like with no data and all. First of all, why is this like this, and why is this like this? So we'll have to do like something like this. We'll say text, I don't know, flex, justify between. uh, on center, right? So that's what we need. That goes there. And then what next? We'll have to give some free. That's better. And the next thing is this should be primary. So this should be of type primary. Yeah, so there you go. So we have this looking a little bit better. So now we can have all the courses. We can show the courses over here. Let's quickly do it. So we have all the columns now. So what we can do is we can just pass the data source now. So data source should be courses. It should be, yeah, there you go. See, that was easy. So we have the courses and we were able to do it. Amazing stuff. So we can just like I'll just show you create a new course, right? Let's call it BCA, for example. And This is a 6 semester course, and the description is teaches you it teaches you I don't know computer science stuff. SCINC stuff. There you go. So you can say create and wait. Refetch didn't work. Refetch didn't work. We'll have to fix refetch. So why did it not work? Let's see. Okay, let's transfer the columns over here quickly. So we can just take this full array. We can just cut this and we can say, uh, I don't know, courses, table columns. We don't need this navigate function. Not required. Not required. Get lost. So I mean, we can, sorry, we can paste this. Yeah, that's what we need. And then we can say courses table column and we can pass this over here. No, 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 don't do that. Um, uh, Cut this and then we can say courses table column. Table COURSE. Oh wait, why are you giving me errors? Oh, because I haven't exported this. So we can just export this and now this should be happy. We should be able to use this over here. So courses table column exactly, and the data source was courses. There you go. So that is looking way better than before, and now we should be able to. I don't know why refetch is not working. We'll see. We will check. Don't worry. Right. So we have U single university, and we have all these uni. Where is the courses? We have the courses over here. We create course. Wait. This is create course mutation. This is mutation. No. We need this one. So the refetch course is not working. Let me check. Refetch. Hmm. Why didn't it work? Oh, it's a promise. Oh, it's a promise. It's a promise, guys. It's a promise. We closed. So it's a promise. So we'll have to use await. That's the reason, I guess. So let's go to the details and let's go where we fetched it. Uh, so it was here. And let's kill it await. And also let's move it above this one. Sorry. There you go. So that should work now. So if I just say test BCA. Oh, wait. This doesn't clear this. This is stupid. So let's do form dot clear form dot clear form dot reset fields so that this doesn't appear again. So if I just change the BCAAA something like create, it's not okay. We can take care of this later, maybe page nation error or something like that. Let's push whatever we have done so far. So all these 18 changes, so we can just add all of these and we can say courses and university page UI, and that's the worst commit message you can do, but whatever it is, we have done. Great stuff. So we have some of the things ready. Let's continue. So we have the universities ready. You can see the details of the university. You can create a course inside the university. All of these things are done. You can create cancel. Wait, cancel doesn't work. What the hell? How can cancel not work? University details. Let's go to the Mada. Where is Mada? Yeah, over here. So we can just say on cancel. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. So if I just click cancel, that should hide. That's exactly what should happen, right? So the next thing is the question papers, the most important stuff, the bread and butter of this entire idea, right? The question papers. Okay. So the thing is, My idea is question papers should be rich text pages, right? It shouldn't be like a simple thing. We need universities and courses thing because I need some way to differentiate the question papers. So we should be able to do it. So let's go on a hunt. Let's find out some good rich text editors online. I think I know a few of them, but let's see what is available, right? So what can we do? It we can make it rich text editor, or we can create columns, or I don't know how should we handle this. So let's go to rich text editors. So let's no, I want React rich text editor. Let's go and find some good text editors. Draft.js is good, but it's too custom. So you'll have to make everything from scratch, and we are not in a mood of doing that. So React RTE seems to be good. 41,000 download. That's a lot of downloads. Is there any way I can try this out? Is there any way the repository is long out outdated, and even draft.js on which the editor's build is long outdated and has been super whatever lexical. What is lexical? Oh, so this is lexical. So this is a better version of a lexical playground. Let's see what playground we have. Oh, this looks so good. This looks so good. Can I insert image though? Can I wait? What the hell? I can send this to someone. Copy to the. What is this? I can download this. But what is a lexical? Oh, it's a lexical. It's like a hierarchy which it will give you. I think some JSON thing, and then you will need to convert. You will need to write something to basically convert this to an HTML, which we will do. Don't worry. Let's quickly see how what we can do. This is good, but not. It's good, but it doesn't give like it's not giving me that vibe. Let's see. Do is anything else available? React rich text editors. You guys do you guys know any rich text editors? Good rich text editors. Rich text editor. Let's go and zoom this stuff. 10 React rich text editors. Okay, this seems to be promising. You guys, what do you think? This seems to be promising. Let's see what this article has. So we'll not read whatever like line by line, but this is one of the options. But giving image and PDF option is must for us. Draft.js and all of these things. Then we have this, which is Monaco editor for React. What is Monaco editor? Monaco editor is a code editor. What do you mean? Are you stupid? This is not a rich text editor. This is what we need. This is what we need. React email editor. What the? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. Control. No worries. This happens. This is exactly something which I would like to make. But should we create a custom whatever like this builder? Do you think that will be a good idea? Should we create a custom page builder or something like that? Uh, for the I don't want to build this custom stuff. But if I have to, what is the other option we have? Let's build a custom editor. Lexical is one of the most popular words. Oh, really? Lexical. Lexical React. Get started with React. Okay, this is how you do it. Let's see how do they do it. And if this makes sense, we will do the same. Let's first switch to the light mode because this will kill my eyes, right? Okay, so getting started with lexical and React, whatever this, uh, too much of overhead for use case. Correct, man. Correct, guys. Correct. Uh, so just to give you guys an idea, like what is the question paper? Like what is the third section, and why am I so much worried about this third section? This is the page which I'll show. This is the actual page. So you'll have like some general information, and then you'll have actual pages which you need to show, and that will be rich text. Like you will have question papers, but that will be like kind of like rich text, like the entire pages and all. So, but we can keep it simple by the way, and then we can dynamically generate the page on Next.js. That's a better option. Yes. Why to have the entire thing in a rich because then we can't even query it. Like we cannot write a database query to query it. That is a bad design. The good design is keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Right. So for now, let's go to the first thing, which is Prisma, and let's have a thing called model question paper. Right. And then we can have yeah. Thank you. So this actually relates to a course and course ID, and then what we can do is we can have the uh, we can have the file ID. So wait, but you are right. Let's start simple. Exactly, bro. Like we can build the page on Next.js, which we will do the front end thing. We can build the page on this data rather than like directly going and jumping into the rich text editor thing. So course ID, course created and updated at name, whatever all those things. What do we need? We'll need a file ID and we'll need an S3 connection, right? S3 like Amazon S3. Uh, file, yeah, file should be good. File ID or file URL should be a good thing, or like file, yeah, uh, file URL. Great signed URL. No, it shouldn't be this. Wait, how do we store this? Yeah, file URL is good. File URL will work for us, right? So now let's try to make this happen. First of all, what we have to do is, I'm almost feeling like I will sneeze, but I'm not sneezing. That's a weird feeling to have, by the way. Okay, so we have a question paper, and yeah, let's generate this mutation. So where's the database? Yeah, this one, and then we can say npx, and then we need this one. Yeah, give me a second, bro. Give me a second. Where is this? Yeah, just hold on because this you guys would not like to see. So I'll just turn off my camera for just a second. Uh, yeah, now I'm good. Now I'm good. I'm back. I am back. Okay, so we'll name something our migration. Let's name this. What should we name this? Question paper table. Yeah, yeah. We have the question paper table now. So let's and it has deployed the migration, so we should be good. By the way, now okay, we have to do the same thing now. We have to just create a new question pa- paper page. So let's do this. So let's go to the admin, let's go to the SRC, let's go to the pages, and we should be having a page called, oh, this, uh, let's call it paper, question paper. I don't know, question paper. How this should be, okay. So we have a question paper, and then what we can do is we can just have a question paper.tsx, and then we can generate a question paper .tsx. Yeah, there you go. So we have the question paper.tsx. The next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna have nothing, like we just say question paper. Right, there you go. And then we can go to the app.jsx, and then over here we can define a new route over here, and we can give a path to this, and we can put question uh, paper question paper. I don't know, question paper. That's good. So we don't want that to happen, by the way. We'll have to import something. Wait, hold on. Why, Vim? Why, Vim? Just stop it. Sometime Vim goes crazy, and I don't know it is due to me or like the Vim itself is crazy, but uh, question paper. There you go. Okay, we are set. So that means this should render whenever I go to the URL slash question paper. So now what we have to do is we have to go to the dashboard element, and in the sidebar, right? If you see the sidebar, we have a sidebar. When you click question paper, that should take you to that screen. And how do you make that happen? So you have home, you have universities, and you have question papers. If you click on question papers, you should be able to navigate to slash dashboard slash question pay wait question paper. Yeah. That's correct. Question paper. But the problem is this question paper should belong to some university, right? So my question is, I ask you guys, right? Like, don't like, I'm not doing this, but I'm asking you guys. If we are creating courses inside this, so we go over here and we created the courses. Aren't the question paper a sub part of the course, right? So that should be like over here. We should have the option to create courses, but that will be too much routing, right? Like, you go from one thing to other thing to other thing. No, that's not right. Yeah, not sure, but that's one thing, right? Well, let's go over here. We'll think about that later on. Once we have the component, we can place it anywhere, right? So that doesn't matter. So let's quickly jump on this, and let's change this to a card component. That's our favorite component. And then we should have typography dot, I don't know, heading. Is there a title thing? Yeah, there's a title thing, and then we can say question paper. This should be a big. That's way bigger title than I expected. So let's go and let's change this to something like this. Why does universities have list of courses? Because see, I'll tell you. When you'll search, right? When you'll search, let's say you want to search. Okay, let's go to Excalibur for this. We'll just remove this. That's my friend. You guys will pretend you never saw that. Okay. So now it should be just a list of universities, right? No, bro. The problem is, let's say you want to find a question paper, right? Right. The question you have to ask yourself is, I ask you, give me a question paper. What all questions you'll ask? The first question you'll ask is, okay, but of which university, right? So the first question you'll ask is university. Then also the problem is, in the university you can't return the question paper like in time, because in a single university there are like 15 different courses, right? And those 15 different courses have 10, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 different semesters, right? So the question you have to answer is, you have to ask all these questions to the user, right? And you have to store these question papers also in this similar manner. So yeah, so if you want all those things to happen, you'll have to store all this in this way. If you have a better solution, sure, tell me. We can try that. So this typography title is too big. So I think level is the one thing. Level, yeah, we can say 2 is too good. No, 2 is not good. So we'll go for 3. 3 should be good. Yeah, 3 is good. Okay. So now the next thing what we need, what do we need? We need a list of question papers. But the thing is, every question paper belongs to a university, right? Uh, so do we want to show all the question papers, like of all the universities? Is that what we want? Okay, so what I'll do is I'll have a search bar over here. So here there will be a form, layout, whatever, I don't care. But not like, even not even a form is required. Like we can just go over here, we can just say, we can just give a class, we can say my3 and padding 2, something like padding 3 is also works. So we can just say we can have an input over here, not like that, but input. Do we have a search element in Andy? Let's go and see. Andy elements, Andy components. Yeah, can Andy component over here. This page takes a lot of time to load. Okay, there you go. It didn't took long. That's good. So do we have a search thing? SEARCH. Wait, is it freezed? SEARCH. SEA. No, input. Yeah, let's go and find something in the input. We have this input over here. Let's see what all things do we have in the input. We have all of these things. Okay, normal input would do our work. So what we can do is we can just go over here and we can say input, no, input. Yeah, that's like what we want. And then we can just say placeholder, search question paper. So you should be able to search question paper by their name, by their semester, or by the university name. So you should be able to do that. Uh, uh, I don't know. Is this a right solution? This is so confusing now. I think we should not do this. Wait, hold on. So let's have a div and let's have class flex. Let's have justify between justify end, and let's have a button called create, like create question button. Right. So right, and then what we can do is we can just we can say the type of this is primary, right? And then we can just go, where should we go? We should go over here, and so we have this create question paper button which you can't see, I guess. Uh, let's get rid of these two. Right. So let's have a state which stores the modal which has a create question paper thing. So create question, create show create question, create question. Show create modal. That's a good name. So we can just import the use state and it's off by default. Now we what we can have is we can have the modal over here. So we can have this inside this, and then we can probably have a modal over here. Modal. Yeah, there you go. So inside this, the title should be create question paper. Yeah, visible should not be there. It should be show, no, open. Yeah, that's better. So we can say on cancel. We should have what should we have? We should have this one. There you go. So inside the model, what we should have is we should have the form, which should help us to create the create the question papers, right? So what we can do is we can just create the form. Uh, okay, that's good. And then what we can do is we can just create a form item. So we can say form dot item, and the first item we should have is an input, right? And the input and the name of this should be so let's open the schema, right? And if you check the schema for a particular course, sorry, for a particular question papers, these are the information we need. So we need so what do we need? We need a name, right? So mm, this should be name, and the label should be name, right? So the next thing what we need is we can copy and probably paste this over here, and instead of name we would like some course, right? So course, and then we can say course ID, right? And then what we can do is we can just give a drop down, right? But wait, hold on. If you have this doesn't make sense outside over here. This makes only like this only makes sense inside uh like inside over here, right? And this could have tabs. Yeah, this should be created over here. I am convinced, right? So let's save whatever we have done over there, and let's create a tab over here, and I'll just show you how to create tabs right now. Don't worry. In Andy. So let's go to university details, right? And over here, first let's separate information. First of all, this modal shouldn't be here. So what we can do is we can just say add course modal, some refactoring. We are doing some code refactoring right now. So we can just take all the we can say add course modal, and then what we can do is we can just take all of this and we can paste this over here. So we'll have to import all of this. So we can just say add all missing inputs. It will import something from the wrong place always. That's a rule. So we'll just say form, and now everything should be fine. So the thing is these this course whatever thing. So we will have to transfer this to that place, right? And then this form also doesn't make sense over here, so we can just place this over here. Also use form we'll have to import, right? Also refetch courses will accept this as a prop, so we'll say type props is equal to refetch courses, and we can say this is a valid question. So we can just say this is I don't know, this returns a promise. Web development roadmap. Do you need web development roadmap? Sure, I'll give you. How many of you want a web development roadmap? uh, 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 props. So just give me a second, okay, guys? Like, just I'll give you the roadmap. Like, let's finish this modal thing, then we'll jump on that. So we have this visible, not visible thing. We will we can take this from the parents. We can say visible. Oh, legendary streamer also wants to know it. Anyone else? We'll just finish this and I'll discuss what should be the roadmap. Uh, okay. Mm, university ID. We would need a university ID. Yeah, that's true. University ID. That should be a string. There you go. So do we need anything else? Set set course visible. What the Oh, so this is that thing. Okay, set visible. Okay, so over here, what we can do is we can just destructure the destruct. Anyone else who would like to know the roadmap? Uh, Set visible, and then university ID. Also, why is there? I hate these inconsistencies. You should not have these. Like, if you want to like follow a single casing pattern throughout your app, because that makes things so much more good. Like, right, we can just say university ID and we can just say visible, and then instead of this we can say set visible. Something goes over here, we can just say set visible. There you go. So we have this set create modal Cylon. Okay, this uh set visible. Okay, now this is done, so I can explain you the roadmap. Are we still missing something? Okay. So the roadmap, okay, simple stuff. Start with very simple things like probably some where everybody starts. Like, start with HTML, right? So just learn basic HTML, right? Uh, Learn all the basic components name. How do they work? What are the properties? Uh, right? And what's the best place to learn that? I think just you can go to this MDN doc. I think MDN doc has also this Google thing. Like, it was like dev dot Google web dev, something like that. I'll just show you. Okay, yeah, web.dev. This is a really good place to learn the basics. So immediately switch to dark mode. Thank you. Okay, so this is a very good place to learn. So what you can do is you can go to resources, and then you will find this section called learn, right? And this is all what you have to do initially. So you have to start web dev by just going through all of this. So you'll start by the top. So you'll start by learning HTML. You'll go over there. You will see this one by one section where it is explained in a very good way, like how you should learn. So you should go to welcome to HTML. You have this entire thing, like finish this off, right? Finish this off ASAP, as soon as possible. Then you can go to the second thing, which is and you can even learn some interesting stuff, like all these things. Then after you are done with the HTML, you can go to CSS. But I'll just segment. Don't go full in. Like, don't do, like, once you are in HTML, you'll learn everything in the world. Don't do that. Once you are comfortable enough to create basic things, good enough, move to the CSS part. Even you can learn CSS and HTML in parallel, right? Just go a little bit ahead in the HTML, then you can start CSS in parallel, right? And then you will once you are like comfortable with HTML, CSS, you can start with JavaScript. Again, you don't need to go anywhere. Do not watch any YouTube videos, anything like that. Right? Just go over here and just finish this, and this is 100% free, right? No paid, and this is directly from Google. That's really good. So yeah, once you're done with CSS, HTML, JavaScript, great stuff. You can pick any framework. I'm working with React because that's what I like. You can pick anything, absolutely anything. You can pick Svelte, you can pick Vue.js, you can pick React.js, you can pick anything like that. Pick those things and create the simplest application which comes in your head. For example, in my case, I created Calculator because that's the simplest application I can think of. You can also come up with some very simple applications. Start with that and start creating projects. Okay, once you are comfortable with simple application, pick something complex. For example, you can pick a social media website. You can pick uh, anything else, like, it could be your own startup idea or anything like that. Just start creating it. Okay, in this whole journey, a lot of things will be required, right? Which is not directly like told to you. For example, learning Git is very essential. So while all of this is happening, you're learning, also focus on learning Git, all the essentials of Git, create a Git repo and keep pushing into that repo, right? How to resolve Git conflicts, how to contribute to a big Git repo, all of those things you can learn. Continuing further, once you know the frameworks, once you know Git, once you know JavaScript, HTML, CSS, all these basics, create two or three most awesome, like really great projects, right? They should be great, right? So and they should be a little bit complex. For example, you can create a video calling platform and calling platform, all those things. uh, then you'll have a very solid foundation, and I'm pretty sure then you'll be confident enough that you can make anything in web dev. That's the path, bro. And also, once you are okay with CSS, you could start learning some other frameworks like Tailwind. Also, there are a lot of tools. So once you will be making these websites, you'll feel a need to use a lot of these tools, which will make your help which will make your life very very easier. For example, for global state management, you can use Zustand, right? For like caching the request, you can use React Query. How I'm using, you can to for the making the request, you can use something called Axios. Okay, then you will think about advanced, like not advanced frameworks, but like frameworks which gives you an ability for doing like SSR or all those things. For example, Next.js and all. So then you can start with Next.js and you can think like how also like learning from the ground level is really really necessary. Like for example, a lot of people start using Next in the beginners, basically I'm talking about. They start using Next and they don't understand why Next was created, like what was the requirement and why the Next is an essential. They directly start over there, which is wrong. So you should learn the basics, very very basic. For example, can you like do you know how React works? Like that's very very essential if you want to actually understand how everything is going on. For example, React, what React does, React is very simple in its nature. React gives you an ability to create HTML, kind of like sort of HTML component directly in JavaScript using a syntax called JSX, right? You can even not use JSX and create React component, right? Right. So there's a function called create element, which you will see once you start learning React. That's how it is, bro. Like I hope so you guys liked it. Like the pathway or whatever, like the roadmap which I gave you, right? Then you can go and then sky's the limit. You can like go learn some of the most amazing things. Then it depends on whatever your interest is, right? So yeah, for learning JavaScript, I would give you an idea, right? For learning JavaScript, you can even pick some of these very interesting frameworks. For example, P5.js is used for creating animations and all. So you will love learning JavaScript. Like just pick a very simple frameworks like P5 and all, so that you love what you're doing. Great stuff. Let's go back to the courses. All of you guys agreed? Agreed? Then yes, say yes. If you have questions, please ask while I drink water. Resources to learn React. Sure, I'll tell. Let me drink water. Okay. So all of these frameworks which you see has a learn section, and that's the best place to learn the framework. For example, for React.js, let's go to the official doc. This one, right? What is the level of solid projects? Sure, I'll give you an idea. Let's go and you see this learn section. Don't go to the doc. You can't see that, right? You have this learn section over here, right? Once you click this, any example? Sure, I'll give you an example. Let's first clear this like Cylon's doubt that he wants to learn where to learn React. Just see, there's a project given over here. Tic tac toe. Finish this off. First goal. Finish tic tac toe and understand how it is working. Right. Uh, you can see learn React. So just go through all of these modules, and also start from the top and go to the bottom and just finish every single thing which is there. Describing your UI. Go your first component. Just see what is written over there and how do you know what is this, right? Go like import and exporting component. All those things. Just go through this. Adding interactivity. Go to this. Right? Managing state. Go through this. Escape hatches. You go through this, and you will be you will be pretty good at React then, right? Okay. Any examples? What should be the projects? I'll give you some examples, right? What should be the projects? Uh, for example, in React, can you create a video calling application, right? With sign up and sign in functionality, and you can create a link, send it to other person, and that person can join in. Can you create Google Meet exactly in React.js? Uh, I'm talking full stack, right? Then you could have certain like if you want only front end heavy projects, for example, only React heavy projects, I would suggest you can create visualizations. For example, do you know Dijkstra's algorithm, right? You can find a path, so you can create a grid, and then you can have like that animate uh, the path and all. So that's one of the examples. Other examples could be you could create something like in React, I would say some very insane animations and all. That will help you to learn a lot of the advanced things. You could create, you can use some existing APIs, right? For example, when COVID was there, a lot of people were creating this COVID websites by using their API. There are a lot of open AI. For example, there's something called News API. This API is 100% free. You can use this, and you would be able to basically show some news. So that's a great idea. You can create a news website of your own, right? So I've given you so many ideas. Hey all, sorry for late to the stream. What exactly are we building today? We are building the same thing which we were building in the last live, which is this, which is like previous exams. So what I want to create, I want to create a website where you guys could find question paper for any exams, right? This is completely open source. The repo is pinned, so you guys could go and check it out. And this is what we are building. So we were at a state where we were checking out the we were making the question papers module. So that's how it is. Yeah. Any other questions? We'll then start coding. And once I start coding, I'm all in. So ask your questions now. You guys could write your goal for this year, maybe about your learning goals, and we can discuss the goals today. What is my goals? What are your goals? My goal is, see, um, I want to learn AI, right? Previously, if you guys have watched my previous video where I discussed my goal for upcoming year, like the previous year, right? It was AI, and today, this year also I have the goal AI. Like I want to learn AI pretty seriously, and you can see, I've even bought these books and all for that, and I've started learning a lot of things. So that's one of the goals. Uh, second goal is basically earning a lot of money. So that's obvious. So that's one of the goals. Second, more goals is like I want to actually travel a lot this year. So I would love to travel to different places. That's one of the goals. Uh, Other goals is like peace. I want to be like calm down. I want more peace in my life. That's the reason, if you go to my Instagram, I've unfollowed everyone, every single person, because I don't want any notifications. I hate notifications. Yeah, these are the goals, peace, money, uh, learn a lot of new stuff like AI, like a lot of new technologies, upcoming technologies. I will start learning Go, probably really, really soon. I really like that language. Go is really a cool language. Yeah. Goal is to build 5 solid startups. Amazing, bro. Amazing. Are you working remote? Yes, bro. I'm working 100% remote right now in a company called Deal. Yes. So that's what we have done. Uh, so we would continue, right? You guys could share your goals, and we might, like next year when we'll start, I might, like, we'll compare where we have reached, right? And I'll ask you guys what you guys were able to achieve, and I'll tell mine. Like, that's the strategy, right? Okay, should we? I also wanted to learn Erlang this year. I have I have heard about this language, but I'm not sure. This one. What does this do? Practical functional programming for parallel world. Or parallel world. Say it. So this looks interesting. This looks. I want to deep dive into Android development. Already have 2 years of experience in Android dev, but want to learn more things. That's amazing, bro. I am all like I am a mobile dev, by the way. So Android dev is a good good place. I would suggest, you could also try like some cross-platform technologies like capacitor. If you don't want to go to, you can try Flutter, you can try React Native. These are also cool. So you can, if you want to go full in into the Android world, that's also good. That's also fine. That's a good goal to have. Anyone, I would like everyone to share their goals, that because once we are in coding, then I wouldn't be able to take more questions. Come on, should we start coding now? Should we start it? Okay, let's start. So let's kind of go to VS Code. We have this, and we have the university details. The problem is here we kind of like we mess things up, but that's kind of okay. We don't need this over here. We can just get rid of this one. These two things are not required. This wait. Create set model. We don't need this. Wait. We can have this over here. That's kind of fine. Goal is to build a project that I have in back of my mind for like a year ago. Need some experience in specific computing concepts. That's amazing, bro. That's even like, see, even if you fail, again, I'm not saying you will fail, but even if you fail, that's how I learned, bro. Like I had all these startup ideas. I tried all of them, and that's the learning. What's your plan for making money? Any strategies? My job, bro. My job pays me really well. I just want to do my job for 2 years or something like that, and probably I'll be financially independent then. I just want to keep doing my job. That's one plan. Second plan is I want to create some startups, uh, really fast. Like I just want to create the MVP, get in the market, get some experience, then improve. So yeah, that's startups and my job. Like these two things. Uh, yeah, let's get going. So uh, create course modal visible. Set create course modal. What the fuck? What? Okay, we need to have that modal, create modal, right over here. Yeah, makes sense. So let's have the modal, which is what is like add course modal, add course modal, add course modal, and then what we can do is we can just pass these variables to this, which is visible. That should be this one, and then set visible. Yeah, no. Set visible should be this one, and then university ID should be this dot ID, or empty. This could be this. I mean, question mark. Is this fine now? Oh, okay. And then do we need anything else? We need refresh and then refresh process. It's not working as you guys must be thinking like why am I using use any and all those things? Because I was just want to get this product working ASAP. Then we can handle all these. But why the hell are you angry, bro? Because over here we can just, this is the criteria of this. This could be like, let's name this any, like this could be anything. I don't care. Yeah. So yeah, great stuff. So we have this add courses, and that should be fine. Yeah. The next thing is we want, what do we want? We want this tabs thing to be there. And right now what we can do is we can just go over here and we can just say the thing is like tabs, right? And then over here this could have something called items, right? And then this would have title. I don't know what all things to show. Label, and then the first label is courses, right? And then what are more things do we need? Sorry, what the hell I mean doing? Content now. Children, right? This could be like, for example, div, uh, and courses, something like that. Yeah. And then this needs some ID, I guess, which should be courses. What else do you need? Key courses. Right? Those things are required. We should have a tab now. You can see the courses tab over there, right? So we have the courses tab. We need the next tab. So courses tab should have a children. Uh, wait, what do we have? It's children. Huh? Children. Uh, do we have render, or what do we have? How do we show this? Uh, oh, it's children. Yeah, it's this one. So over here, what we can say is we can just pass this div, and then we can just pass all of this uh, over here, from here to here, and then we need this table and add courses. All of those things should be also over here. Yeah, over. So this, and then this could be like this. Okay, there you go. So that should be good. So now all of this is inside this courses, and then we don't need this heading, courses heading, whatever we had before. We can add the next item, the which is the what? The question paper icon, right? So we can just say label question papers, right? And we have the label. Now we should have a children. Right now we don't have anything, and then we can have a key. So we can say question paper. Yeah, that should be good. So see, we have two things. First is this one and this one. So also we would need some space up, like up and down, whatever. So we can just say default active key should be courses. That's correct. And we can have some class name. We can say my3. So there you go. So that's good, right? So now we are having this, and this looks pretty. This looks great. Now once we do go to the question papers, what do we want? We want the ability to create question papers, right? So here we should have a button called create question paper. Um, I think we can change the theme color. I'm just like not liking this theme color. We should have something like blue or something. Uh, tailwind, uh, tailwind colors. I don't know. Tailwind colors. Customizing colors. What colors do we have? Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. So, what is looking good? I think Sky 500 is looking good. Let's go and let's copy this. Let's copy this. Okay. So now what we can do is we can go to the no index of the no not index. I don't remember app. I guess it's main.tsx. I guess yeah. So right there, what we can do is we can just change the name of this color and save this. That should be pretty much it. Yeah, see, that's how amazing Andy as a library is. You just have to need to change one thing, and then the entire website's theme has been changed, which is great. So now what we can do is we can go to the question paper and start the things to create question papers. Just get lost. Why are you not working? My mouse is just okay. This any is giving me issues. So what I can do is I can do this, and that will be cool. Okay. Uh, we have question papers. Then the question paper shouldn't be in the side thing. So I can go to the dashboard, and I can go to over here. I have question papers, which is not required. Yeah, there you go. So we have universities, but we don't have question papers. Not now. Hmm. So in the question paper, what we can do is we can have wait, what the hell? So this we can render over there. So instead of all of that, wait, where's my dashboard details? Dashboard detail, details, university details, and then over here I can render the question paper. Right. Okay. Okay. So I have the question papers over here. Awesome stuff. And I should have courses in a different thing, right? So I think that's one thing. I can just say courses, and then I should have like a courses.tsx, right? And then I can transfer all of this monstrosity to the courses thing. Right, right. Can I do this? Yes, I can do this, which is amazing, which is exactly how it should happen. So now what I can do is I can just import all the stuff. So I can just say import everything. And now this course is loading and all those things we don't have, which we will have once we what do we do? we just we just take all of these things and we can just paste this over here. And then there are a few things which we have to import. Let's quickly do that. This one, this one, and then we also need this one, and there we go. So we this is done. I don't know why this error, and so use single university. We are not using that error. The hell? Are you serious? Oh, we need this. Shit. No, 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 no. We have done this. So use single university. What we can do is we can just get rid of this, and then we can just paste this over here. So use single university information should be here only. Great stuff. So we can just take the param, cut this, paste this over here. Also, like in the code says, what we can do is we can just we don't so we need params, right? So that could be a prop, right? So we can say type props is equal to params, and then it should be, I don't know, that should be university ID, and then what we can do is we can just say this is the props which we need, right? Uh, University ID, there you go. And then there is this error thing. What the hell are we supposed to do with this error? This is not what we want. That's kind of good. Okay, so now we need this university ID. We can just get rid of this one, all of this thing. So now instead of having all of this, what we can do, so it says we can say courses, and we can pass the university ID to this. Uh, that is the way to do it, right? Otherwise you could, right? So you have question papers. Question papers should also have university ID, but we'll think about that. We can just get rid of the tables. This one, okay, great stuff. So now our code base is a little bit cleaned. Let's see our website runs as expected. Yes, it runs as expected. So let's commit this. Let's say code refactoring and mutations. Commit, sync change. Okay, great stuff. So we have synced it. Ah, and the code says what one more thing what we can do is we can just say this is inside the card, and this should be say this. Great job. So now the benefit is this, all both of them will be inside a card, so that looks pretty. And then we can go inside the question paper. Question paper, let's quickly, we don't have this. What? Oh, we have the create question paper button, but we don't have a thing for this. So let's quickly go over here and we can say on click, right? And then we can say I don't know, set to. That's exactly what we want. And there you go. So we have create question paper modal. The next thing what we have to do is we have to give an option to upload a file over here and also connect S3 from this. So this modal, I think this modal we should create like as a separate create question paper dot tsx paper modal dot tsx create uh, create question paper modal dot tsx. There you go. Let's get rid of this, and we can just have that entire modal over here. So we can take this modal over here, and we can just pass this over here, and we can have all the options. First, let's import all the things which are can be imported. Great stuff. And this shouldn't be coming from here. This should be like from it. Now these two things, set create modal and set show create modal. This we can accept as a prop. So we can just say type I don't know, type props is props. Okay. Yeah. Uh yeah, both of these things, and then what we can do is we can just say props, and then we can say show create and set. Yeah. And there you go. So this modal is now separated in its own component. It's neat, it's clean. That's how it should be. We can go over here. We can just render this. we can just render this. Yeah. So in the question paper, what we'll do is we'll just go over here and we can say create question paper modal, and then we can pass both of them over here, and that should be good. There you go. So that's now separated in its own component. That's exactly how it should be. Now what we can do is we can change the layout of this from horizontal to vertical. So layout, not loading more. Layout. It's not giving me the option for layout. It's not in the modal. It's in the this. So I can say vertical. That's good. Now the course will be a drop down, and we'll have to pass all the courses of a particular university to this. So so we would need a courses list, uh, which should be name string and an ID string. That's pretty much it. We are not passing that, so which we will do. So now over here we have to get that probably. So now let's not do prop billing. So what we'll do is we'll create a context for this. But with this, first of all, we'll have to remove this thing. Okay, we'll have to create a context which will give us the ability to pass the courses from the university page down to the this modal, right? So how will we do that? So we can do that by wait, we can use the courses array probably. Yeah. Do we have the Yeah, we would need the universities and then we can use the same thing. Yeah. University ID and should be like this. Yeah, it's throwing me error because I haven't defined that over here, and it should be straight. There you go. So the university ID we need to pass from the question paper. So let's quickly pass the university ID. University ID. I think university ID. This there should be a hook to use university ID. Like that's at least that's what I feel. So we'll say so this should be a context. I don't know. So so let's create a new thing called context. This should be on the top level. Also, this hook thing should be on the top level, I guess. Move. Uh, hooks. Yeah, there you go. So do we need to save something? No. So we have hooks, and then the next thing we should have is context, uh, or like providers. I can say that's also a cool name. So I can just say I don't know. University ID provider, university ID provider, or universe. That's stupid. I don't even need this one. I have an idea. What we can do is we can go over here and we can instead of like just getting this from here, we can just do this univer uni yeah. We can go to app.tsx and we can get this university ID from here. So we can just copy this, paste this, get this, and then what we need to say is we can just say use params. So we'll not need anything like that. So now we have university ID. The next thing what we would like to do is we like to use this university ID. To basically get the courses. So we'll say core. Well, let's think about the data. So we'll say use courses, and I just need to pass this, and then I can get the courses. Great stuff. And if there is no courses, then we can just say if there is error. Wait, course. Uh, do we have anything else? It's courses loading, right? So we can just say courses loading question mark loading. If this is not the case, then we can render whatever we just copied, and then next thing what we can do is we can just go instead of input, this should be select first of all, and then we should have courses.map, and then this and this should be like this, and then this is still angry with me because I don't know the reason, but it's still angry with me. It's saying the courses could be visible or not. So we can say courses, if it's available, then we do this. And then this could have there's something called ID, but there's definitely something called created at, which is always unique. Okay, there you go. So will we have it? Will we have it? That's the question we want to answer. So wait, it crashed. It crashed. It crashed. Let's see why did it crashed. So it's saying university ID is not defined. What? University ID is not defined. What the hell? Log university ID. We have the university ID, no? No, 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 no university ID. Uh, we go to the dashboard. What happened, bro? Oh, we just okay. Problem is over here. So we don't need this. Chill, chill. Wait, still there's the university details line number 11. University details line number 11 it says. Oh, the problem is it did not like update its book, whatever. Now is this this same issue? So we'll have to do this and now this should be fine. So if we just go over here, it's saying Axios. Oh, so use courses. Man, come on, don't do this to me. So we'll have to yeah, wait. We'll have to cut this one of them. Is the same here? Yeah, the same. Yeah, there you go. So now everything should be fine. Huh? Use universities.ts. There's some issue. Wait, university.tsx. University.tsx. So it's saying this and it's not like this. No, no, I don't know. It should be like this. Let me see how that's correct. Anything else? Oh, there's add course modal. Oh, how many places do we have this? Okay, so we'll have to go one more level up. Yeah. Do we have anything else? Finally, finally. So let's go to the dashboard, universities, and then so details, question papers, create question papers, and let's see do we get error or we are able to create this. By the way, this is working. So what we can do is we can just go to the create modal, whatever, like university create question paper modal, and we can just get rid of this log. This is working as expected. So we can just go and say test, and then we can have like, oh, see, this is working. So we have all the courses of that particular university over here. So that's amazing. That's exactly what we tried to do. The next thing is we should be able to have an option to upload question papers. So that should be an input file. So let's see how does this work. So we can say form not item. What the hell? What did I do? I have not done anything wrong, bro. Yeah. So we have the form dot item, and then over here we can just do form dot item, and then we can say not file type input, but rather than file input, file, I don't know, input type file is will that work? Yeah, that works, but that's not how I wanted. Andy has its own file, something like that. File input. So let's go to component overview and let's go to file input. I don't know, file upload. Uh, I don't know what should we use. React upload, not uploader. React upload compo. Yeah, that's exactly what I need. Prime react.org. But I don't want to use this entire thing. But I'm fine with whatever this thing is. Like why like we can just think of the looks and all maybe later on. So we have this, and what we can do is we can just have a label to this and like maybe upload question paper, whatever this is. Great stuff. Now we need the ability to upload this question paper to the backend, which we will do it right away. So let's quickly do it. Uh, so we'll have to create the backend system of all this. Let's close all the tabs. So many tabs I have. Let's commit whatever we have done so far. So what we have done, we have UI for create question, UI for create question, wait, stage sync. Yes. Okay. Mm, let's go to the back end. Let's go to the routes. Let's go to the so we have the routes. We need one more route for question papers. We'll say question papers. No, question papers dot yes. Right, so we'll have question paper paper router equal to router. There you go. I have spelling mistake in this, which I will fix. Uh, and then we can just go export default. Great stuff. So now what we need to do is we need to create a CRUD for question papers. Let's quickly do that. By the way, we have done one mistake, and I'll just show you what is that mistake. In the courses, right, which you see create over here, the thing is, whoever is creating the courses should be the creator of the uh, of the of the university. So those security issues are still here, which we need to think about. So we'll see. We'll check that later on. I think so. Let's first continue with the question papers router. So we'll just say question papers dot. The first router should be create and a post, which is create course ID for a particular course. This the question paper should be, and I don't know. It's auto completing like insane for me. Is it even correct? I need to check this. Wait, why are you? Okay, this should be like this, I guess. Well, let's see what does the AI, what did the AI do? So this request response, take the course ID, and what if the course ID is not there? It's do this. Otherwise, add your code here. That's amazing. I love AI sometimes. Sometimes. So we'll have to create the validation over here. So we'll say validation, uh, create question validation, and then we need to import the object from Zod. And we need to, yes, that's what we need. So we can just say string, import that, and course ID is not a number. That is also a string, by the way. And yep, now what we can do is we can just say if over here, if error is instead of Zod error, right? So that we can handle this and we can send this. If this is not the case, well, um, I think we should have a function for this because we are writing this again and again. And in programming, there's a rule: never repeat yourself, and we'll be following it. So we can just say rest.end so that the request has ended over here, and then we can probably return. Yeah. Now what we can do is we can just go over here, do this, of course. Wait, we just there's no. Oh, we wait. Why is there a course ID over here? We do not need this course ID. Name and description and the file name. So wait, name, description. Yeah, this is a very important thing. So whatever, like let's go to file name. And why is there underscore? This should be like this. Uh, right. So we have the validation object, and now what we can do is we can just validate it. This will have two things. First is name. Second thing is file name. Once we have the file name, the next thing what we need to do is we need to uh, create this. But first, for that, we will need S3. Uh, do I want to do S3 today? I think I don't. I'll continue the S3 part in the next stream, which I'll do probably tomorrow because tomorrow is Saturday. Uh, yeah. If you guys have any questions, you guys could ask. Otherwise, I'll be closing the stream now. So yeah, any questions, please? Questions, please, guys. If you have questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be answering them. I promise. Uh, so far we had decent progress today. So we were able to create the show details page. All of this we were able to create that. We were able to create the create course. We were able to create this thing, and then create question paper UI. And yeah, we had progress today. I'll be ending the stream. So if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'll be ending. So let's start the countdown. Five, four, three, two, one. Bye bye.